Hi, my name is Marcella Brown. I work at Walt Disney Animation Studios. I'm an effects artist. It's hard to explain like what we do. I mean, people ask me that a lot. I guess the simplest way I can put it is we animate the natural behavior of what's going on, like steam, smoke, water, um, even magical stuff like particles and like Harry Potter and past Disney shows. They have done a lot of magic. So I always knew like in high school that I wanted to make video games. It was because I play a lot of video games. I still do. So I knew I wanted to make video games, but obviously I didn't know which route to like what was going to take me there. So I knew I just had to learn. Just I was taking computer like typing and like multimedia classes in high school. Um, Fortunately, our school was like I went to an all white high school, so they had a little bit of money so they can afford to buy computers and stuff. Fortunately, so when I graduated high school, like I didn't know which college to go to, right? Because there's no back then there was no real information. There was, I mean, internet was popping obviously, but there wasn't. We was like on like the Mac boxes, like the thick ones, still thick. So 2004 back then. So I just went to the army. I didn't want to like get into debt, going to school. Like I didn't. I was like, you know what? My brother went in, so I figured if he could make it, I could do it. So I, I went in just based off that, and then I got out in 2010, and then I was like, by then I knew everything was more advanced. So I went to the Art Institute for my bachelor's. So I started out in games as an environment artist. So and then after working there for a few years, I realized that a lot of the studios down there are like PC games and like mobile games and stuff like that. And there's a lot of startups. It's a great like black like startup city. I loved it. The food was great. People were great. But I knew like if I wanted to be in film and make movies, that's what I wanted to do, or commercials, I need to move to LA. So I went to LA, went to Gnomon for 2 years. And then after that, got my first job at MPC in Montreal. So I did two shows there, Godzilla, King of Monsters, and then we did Tim Burton's Dumbo, which was still my favorite show to work on. Um, After that, I did like a few short months at a little side company, but then I went to Scanline, and that's where I kind of like really started to dig deeper into effects because you have to learn different solvers, and they're always pushing you to do better and better and better because the bar is so high there. So yeah, I stayed there. Our first show was Midway. That was like a big success for the studio because Montreal Scanline had just arrived. So really felt real good to be a part of that. And then we started on Godzilla versus Kong. And then in between that, at the same time, I was working on this other Chinese show. And then that finished, and we picked right back on, finished Kong and Godzilla. And we went into, that's like 2020 hit, right? COVID, boom. So we finished Kong, and then we got kind of, I don't want to say laid off, but on leave, for 2 months. And then we came back and we finished, we started Suicide Squad and Justice League at the same time. That was crazy. So we finished that, and then in December we finished Justice League, and then I took a break, and now I'm at Disney here for the summer. So,
Awesome.
and we're doing Encanto. That's what we're doing now. That's the new show.
Okay.
Just games. Like I played games nonstop from the Atari all the way up to what, a PS4 now. I can't find the PS5 nowhere. Um, they all like sold out. Or I think there's a hardware shortage and they can't like refill people's orders. I think that's the rumor. But yeah, games, man. I love games. Games is my escapism. Like I can go there and I can just play and just release stress and scream and curse and just get it all out. And my friends are online and we play online. So yeah, like games inspired me throughout my childhood, and that's why I went there first. And I love environments in games. Like Naughty Dog is probably the best game company as far as storytelling and gameplay at the same time, because the environments are just so immersive. So that's still a place that I'm hopefully will get to one day. But yeah, like our games inspired me, and just being lost in that, because you grow up and so much. Like I said, I went to a white high school, so with that comes a lot of negativity as a Black girl and a dark skinned Black girl. So that was my way of like, peace out world.
Yeah.
So yeah, that, I guess, games is definitely my bedrock. Just to believe in yourself more, because I had a lot of self-esteem issues, obviously, growing up in that environment. Um, and just stay focused. Stay focused. Because I kind of wish, well, yeah, I kind of wish that there was more information back then, and I probably would have went into the industry sooner, instead of like we're spending so much time in the Army, because I did 5.5 years. But yeah, just stay focused and don't listen to a lot of the nonsense that little Black girls get told. Well, at least back then. Oh, I watch animated movies, which is crazy. I know that's probably the cheesiest thing to say because I work for Disney, but I do. Like, one of my my favorite animated movies is Claws. That's not even made by this. That's made by, I think, some place in Toronto. Somebody made that or something like that. But yeah, that is amazing. I crack up every time. I could just lose it and just watch that movie. Obviously, playing games.